Reverend Jean here. I just wanted to invite you to a special Sunday on the 21st of this month, this coming Sunday. We've been asked in Unitarian Universalism to process a whole lot of things going on right now that happened around the question of whether or not positions are really and truly fully open to people of color to bring their special knowledges and information into the role. Whether hiring has been fair, and there's been a lot of chaos around that. I imagine you've been following on the UU world. But one really good thing that's come out of this is that we've been asked by folks who are people of color in our movement, well over 100 of them, to please consider the question of spending time on white supremacy. What does that mean? Well, historically, we've equated that word with groups like the Klan and Aryan Nation and things like that. But white supremacy itself is the tendency to preserve a sort of Eurocentric white culture in the midst of people who are not racist and not wanting to be racist. That sometimes the system persists and holds people back in ways that we are not aware, causes offense, causes harm and hurt. So since we're in covenant with folks and they've asked, we've decided that the 21st of May will be the Sunday we will do this work. We'll do it from 9 to 12, all the way through. And we'll have the annual meeting in between, sandwiched in between. So the first service will have a chalice lighting and a sermon from me. And then we'll have a discussion on the question of white supremacy. We'll have the annual meeting of the congregation between 9 and 10 roughly, and then we'll start the second service where I'll have a different sermon, a shorter one, and we'll talk more deeply about the question of white supremacy. And there'll be programming for the children all the way through. And yes, don't worry, there'll be a lot of coffee. Now, this may seem a little uncomfortable to you. You might say, well, I'm not a racist. I don't need to go. And actually, I think we all need to go. I need to go. I know. The culture is one in which there is racism galore all over the place, where white cultural values hold the center. And that's true in Richmond as it is in Virginia, as it is in America. So because we live in all those places, we're going to get together and we're going to look at the question. If you can't spend all 3 hours, spend 2 hours. But join us, because it'll be well worth our time. Because if there's even hints of racism present in our system as a congregation, as a faith, we want to get rid of them, right? So let's hear what people have to say. Let's think our way through this. Let's be brave and unafraid to do this work together. I'm hoping you'll be there at 9 o'clock on Sunday. And as I say, don't worry, lots of coffee.